Hey guys, welcome to the What Lad podcast, presented to you by Betcha. Here's a little sample of what's to come in this episode.
My dad, he passed away when I was 3. So I got my bracelet off, and the next week was 20's camp, so I just got it off in time. He said, so how come you haven't been playing and stuff? I was like, I've just been on like, so, oh shit. I just didn't really know how to deal with it like back then.
Yeah.
You got all this money, you know, like whatever. You probably had ambitions that year of kicking on, and I was probably harbouring a lot of disappointment around it, but I had no idea how to deal with it. Got a gig with the Force. I had some other experiences over there that were like off-field experiences where I was just like, man, this is not a path I would want to be going down.
Do you have regrets?
Oh.
What a lad, what a lad, what a lad, what an absolute lad.
Well, today I'm joined by an absolute lad who is one of the most talented players in the country, a man with genuine gas and a sidestep that Milner Scudder would be proud of, and he could finish off tries like no other. However, his career took him on some rollercoaster as he battled through some brutal injuries and distractions, but when fit, he could tear a game apart in an instant. He's a junior world champion playing for the greatest under-20 side ever assembled. He's also a Tasman Marco. He played for Otago, the Force, as well as a few other random sides around the world, and he's back now with Otago, this time in the coaching space, and doing a bloody good job. He's a massive lad with the gift of the gab, that rhymes. It is the great Mitchell Scott. Welcome, mate.
What an intro. Oh, that was bloody awesome, Jim.
Mate, I saw that intro and I thought that is probably too long to try and get out in one take, but we got there in the end, and, mate, great to get you on.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Like I said, a bit nervous, but here we are.
Mate, I was thinking about it on the way in, but probably 20 years ago, or almost 20 years ago, we were driving down to Christchurch to play a random touch tournament every week. And here we are, mate, 20 years later, sitting in Christchurch on a podcast reflecting on one of the great careers.
I was actually thinking the same thing when I was coming up here. I was like, far out. That would have been, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
You guys, I remember you guys were like, what, you were 17, 18, and I was 14 in the back of the bus.
I was trying to work out how old you were.
I was like 14,
Yeah.
I remember, and we were playing men.
Yeah.
And I was getting pushed over and stuff, and then on the way home, you guys would all be drinking, and I'd be like, that's where it started.
Were you drinking at that time? No. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit, and the rest, but probably too young to be drinking.
Yeah, even when I was thinking that, because we were hanging out with adults at that time, and I felt quite young, but you...
Yeah, bro.
You were still...
I remember we had I remember that game, we had the finals out in Waimea.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I run behind Shawnee and touched him.
Yeah.
And then we went and got on the purse. And I was 15, and we were in town. So that was pretty hectic. Yeah.
Right. But how do you sort of look back on your career and what you've been through?
Yeah. It's like, I suppose people like, I don't have any regrets, but there's probably some things that like definitely would have liked to do differently. I wouldn't change anything that's got me to where I am now. I love my life now. But I would have kind of liked to see how maybe some of those decisions would have ended up if I made better choices.
Yeah.
If I could still end up exactly where I am now.
Yeah.
You know, I would. But yeah, you can't look back. You got to look forward, I guess.
And that's the journey, eh? That's the journey we all go on. And
Yeah.
so I'm so looking forward to going through this and going through your story about where it went right and wrong, and because obviously everyone sees that New Zealand 20 side, and that's probably where you come up quite famous, like the guy who no one really knows. So I think that 13 internationals in that squad, only you and the prop. I'm not sure who that prop was, but
yeah, and I played for Bay of Plenty. So I can't remember.
Yeah,
memory's not very good these days. But yeah, there's two of us that didn't really carry on from there, but man, it was an awesome team
Man,
to be a part
stacked.
of. And yeah, like we had such a good time over there.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I think, like on the flight over there, I can't remember who it was, but they read an article about us being like, this will be the first team that loses. They're probably
really?
the worst team.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny how it's worked out. Like,
Oh, right.
that, you know, it's all the opposite now.
Yeah, man, it's one of the greats. But we will get to your journey. We'll start where we always start, at the start. Where did it start for you?
I was obviously born in Nelson.
Yeah.
And my dad was an All Black.
What was it?
Yeah, he passed away when I was 3, and my brother was 1.5.
Oh,
So
far out.
when that happened, I just remember, like, because obviously he was an All Black. We didn't know too much, but I was just obsessed with wanting to play rugby.
Oh,
after that.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the day he passed?
Yeah, I
You do?
remember the day, but like I can't remember anything else from when I was 3, right?
Yeah.
But, like I remember that day vividly. Yeah, it was pretty can't swear.
Yeah,
It was
you can.
pretty hectic day. Just remember like we were down in Balclutha and yeah, he was working under the car before we drove back to Nelson, and then I thought he was asleep under the car, and then
Oh, you were with him?
but yeah, we were there. Yeah. And
Far out.
yeah, after that it all got pretty hectic, ambulances and shit. So yeah, big day. So I guess that's why I remember it.
So he got squashed? under
No,
the car?
no. He just had a heart attack. He had like this. It's like a degenerative disease.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hereditary. So me and my brother Willis, we get screened for it, but so far so good. Don't have it, but yeah. So he just main aorta or something just blew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Far
So
out.
yeah, it's probably quite lucky if you think about it. Like a couple hours later, he could have been driving the car for
Yeah.
his kids.
You're
and
all in there.
family, yeah. So you know, who knows what would have happened then? But
Man, traumatic though.
yeah, I'd say pretty traumatic. Not that I knew at the time, but probably now looking back on life, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, probably figured it out in my own way,
Yeah.
whether it was good or bad.
Yeah.
That was, I guess, what drove me to want to play rugby. And I played under 7s for Nelson for like 4 years or so. Dougie Sharland was the
Oh,
coach. Yeah. And yeah, so I played for a couple years. And then those boys were older than me, so Tom and Johnny, and they so I had to stay down a grade. But yeah, that's probably when I figured out I was kind of fast or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Wallace was obviously younger, so he had to play in my team. So yeah, that was where it started, Nelson Rugby Club. And then yeah, like everyone just, you know, kicked away, played rugby for fun, and then got to Nelson Boys and played there. It wasn't like awesome, but I was in the rep teams and stuff. But
Yeah.
remember they started that rugby academy, like
Yeah. Chris Roden.
yeah. And I remember, I think it was like, you know, like maybe me, a couple of us weren't going that well reps, and I think we got the sack, got axed because we
got sacked out of the academy.
Yeah, I don't think we were gonna. They thought we were going to be professional players. So
Oh, well.
we got the boot, but it's probably what drove me to prove people wrong or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but
So through all this time, are you raised by your mum only? Yeah.
until we were like Jonesy was there when we were like 5, so
Oh,
my
okay.
stepdad Jonesy, so but I call him my dad.
Yeah.
We went on a ski trip, and I think mum's friends might have been trying to set them up or something.
Well, how was that really hard for your mum? Those few years.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah. I can't imagine what it must have been like. 2 kids under 3. She didn't work at that time. She had to go back to school, study, had 2 kids. We were like probably nutcases. I remember like Yeah, we were nutcases. So, we're obsessed with Michael Jordan and like made her let us shave our heads and stuff. And yeah, it was hectic. But my auntie and uncle, they got a farm down in Balclutha, and they pretty much like every holidays we were either there or with my mum, my dad's family, Rod and Claire.
Oh, okay.
We were either in the Sounds or down on the farm for holidays, so it must have been like 2 weeks off from my piece. And like, yeah, Christmases and that, like we were none the wiser. Like we were just like spoiled rotten little kids, I guess, you know, trying to distract us or whatever from what was going on. But I don't really remember being like I went without or anything. I just remember being like surrounded by family and love, I suppose, and like lots of fun stuff. So,
yeah. What do you remember about your dad as a player?
Nah,
do you know?
Nothing.
Have you heard anything? What
Yeah, lots of stories.
What was he like?
But more about not what went on the field. Lots of stories. Like when we come up here, usually there's like this liaison officer always on the bus. He's like, "Man, you sound like your dad." Or I'll be at a pub, or like I come up for Cup Week, and someone will be like, "Fuck, you must be Stephen Scott's kid." I'm like, "Yeah, why do you say that?"
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah, I guess he enjoyed a beer too.
Mate, you were born for the amateur year.
Yeah, I was. I definitely was. Yeah. I would have been a really good player in 1981.
Maybe one of the greatest.
Yeah, could have been probably the right size.
You and Robbie Flynn.
Yeah,
13
exactly, man. Oh, Robbie Flynn. He's a good man too. Bumped into him at an early age. He's always telling me, don't be like me.
Oh, classic. But then you were talking about when you were you got sacked from the academy.
Yeah, and just I kind of like, I think I was playing halfback, and maybe not that I wasn't good, it's just I was probably too unpredictable. So people were like, man, we can't like put him on. And I remember one day vividly not getting on the field when we played Canterbury Metro, and you know, it's like such a big thing, Nelson Bay's Canterbury Metro.
Yeah. What age is this?
Under 15s.
Oh, okay.
Didn't get on the field. And I was like, gutted as, man, driving back from Tahuna, like, I think I was crying. It's gutted. And then didn't really know what to do with rugby, and that's when I started playing touch. And then once I started playing touch with you guys, I just got good quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing against men all the time. I think Towie was the same too. Like he ended up coming to play too, remember?
Yeah.
And then we just had that good little team, and we'd train hard out.
Yeah, I remember my brother trying to convince my brother to come to a training, and the first training he was so bad. I was almost about to say, nah, maybe it's not for you, but he picked it up relatively quick and massively helped his rugby game. And like you're saying, like your whole rugby game goes to a whole new level, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I was just like, man, you see kids now, like, just go straight from like a heavy rugby school to a heavy rugby program, and it's just you can tell the kids that have played touch. Like I reckon it's real important. But
yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So touch was sort of the spark that gave. And then did you move to the wing off the back of that?
Yeah, I got fast. It was funny. So John Goodman was always like, no, keep him at halfback.
Yeah.
And I think Greggy was like, nah, we need him on the wing. And then, so, yeah, I went out onto the wing, and that's when I was like, whoa, yeah, I'm quite fast here.
Yeah.
And then sort of like made the under-18 rep team when I was still
a year young.
Yeah, young. So that's when I was like, oh.
And were you first 15?
Yeah, first 15.
2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that first year we had that real stacked team, and we ended up coming like 5th. Too many Chiefs. And then the next year I was with my like brother and J-Lo and Dill Monopoly and all those boys, and Peter Brown, George Westerner. It was just a good group of fellas.
Yeah.
And we did really well.
Where'd you come?
Second. We lost to St. Bede's out here.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, we had a lot of fun. And our house, you know how close my house was to boys. Like, we'd park our old Subi up, fill it up with beers, get off the bus, straight into the beers. And
Yeah.
off we went. It's good times, man.
And you mentioned you're drinking a little bit earlier, but that sort of started, 14?
Yeah, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, drinking and just playing up. Not really putting my energy where it should have been going.
Yeah.
But I was none the wiser. Like, I didn't at that time ever imagine that rugby or like anything was going to be my career. I just didn't really have like people that I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Didn't really have people that were like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I was hanging out with older people. They were all doing it.
Yeah.
Probably because it was acceptable and okay for them to be doing it. I thought it was fine for me to be doing it. Not realising that I still had a couple of years until I was allowed to do that stuff.
Yeah. Were you training hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always loved training. Like, that's my one thing that I've like, I'd play hard, but I would train really hard. And I enjoyed it too. But, yeah, even like later on, like in my career, I would always train hard. Gym, like, I love going to the gym. I'd be in there all the time with Glenn and then, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if I could have knocked off a few of the other distractions.
What would you tell a young Mitchell Scott if you could go talk to the whatever year it was, maybe 16-year-old Mitchell Scott? What would you tell him?
Probably need like half a day. I don't know, like, just give it a rest. There's plenty more time for this.
Yeah.
But
Do you reckon he would have listened?
Nah, no way.
Oh.
Couldn't listen to anyone. Just the ramifications of like the way I was behaving at a young age while my brain was developing.
Yeah.
I think it's something that I have to live with now, but it's hard work. But it'd just be nice if it wasn't so tough to.
Have you noticed it? What do you notice?
Yeah, like, just in terms of like your mental health, it's just like, you know, I have to like be really on top of like my mental health.
Oh, wow.
Like, I just have to I have to sleep well, I have to eat well.
Yeah.
Sauna, ice bath, like, just have to be quite healthy now.
Yeah.
Because of, you know, past indiscretions, I guess is a good
And
way
you
to
put
put
that
it.
down to early drinking.
Early drinking, which carried on into other substances, and just, spending too much time awake when I should have been asleep, I think, and just making shit decisions, really. But, like, it's not like, I don't think it's a death sentence. It's just, it is what it is. And, like, just because you're struggling with that stuff, like, you just have to be on top of it now.
Yeah.
But got no one else to blame but myself. So got myself into it. I need to get out of it too.
That's somehow you still managed to become a New Zealand under-20 player. I know you're playing extremely well. I think you trialled really well, and you're on the frame for the Tasman market at the time. So, talk me through that whole scenario.
That was that was hectic. Like, I obviously got in all that trouble, which is another story.
What trouble was that?
When I got put on, when I was on home D, on the bracelet, remember?
Oh, what was that for?
Yeah, so I made a bad decision. So I was 7th form, and I was like playing up, but Bevan was like, we'll try and get you over to England. So I remember I went to go over there, and anyway, long story short, I had a leaving party. Didn't get let into England, got held in like Heathrow for 9 hours. This is like after 2 days on the plane. They're like, nah, we're sending you back to New Zealand.
Why? Why was that?
Because I had the wrong visa or something. They thought because I was in the Tasman Academy that I was getting paid.
Yeah.
But as we know, we were not getting paid. Maybe a couple of like protein shakes and a few Marco socks. But yeah, so they just said, "Oh, you're lying. You're a professional player. You need a different visa." And I was like, "Oh,
brutal."
fuck. This stage, it's like whatever.
You're traveling by yourself.
Yeah. I was only 18. Like, I'd been up to mischief before I got on the plane, so I was like, oh, everything was
Headspace
was gone. And then got held in Heathrow for like 9 hours, and I was like, oh, just get me out of here. And then they gave me a one-way ticket to Hong Kong, and I was like, oh yeah, Hong Kong. Like, where's the other ticket? And they're like, nah, not our problem. Once you get to Hong Kong, the Air New Zealand has to get you back to New Zealand. I'm like, hold on a minute, I'm not getting on this plane. Had a meltdown at the gate, and luckily Jonesy's someone that works with Jonesy knew who Jonesy was, and she's like, oh, I'll ring your dad. Rang them at the gate. He's like, just get on the plane, it'll be all right, ring me when you're in Hong Kong. Got to Hong Kong, like Hong Kong airport, 18. I was like, fuck, what's going on here? Found a phone, rang Jonesy. Luckily, he's a pilot. He like knew exactly where I was. Go here, stayed in like a first class lounge for like a night or something. Finally got to sleep. Rattled, man.
Yeah.
And then my mum woke me up. She'd come to get me.
Oh, she'd flown to Hong Kong?
She'd flown to Hong Kong to get me because I got to the stage where I needed to get out of Hong Kong or I'd get a big fine.
Yeah.
I also got held in Hong Kong customs first before I made the phone call. And that was like, no one spoke English. That's when I was real rattled. I was like, how am I going to get out of here?
What were you initially going to England for?
Play rugby. I was
With the club?
Yeah, with the club.
Oh,
yeah.
far out.
So like that was my saving grace, get me away from my naughty mates. And now I'm back a week later.
And was that like a year contract or something?
It was just going to be for like 4 months.
Oh,
I think.
4 months. Oh,
Probably just enough to break the cycle.
Yeah.
Man, I would have imagined like 18-year-old me in London at that stage. Now that I've been, I'm like, that could have been even
You might
more
not have survived.
But anyway, yeah. So I eventually got home. Had a party as soon as I got home, as I do, because it was my 19th birthday.
A leaving party, a rival party.
Yeah, all in this, all a week apart. It's just crazy, eh? And then I got in made a bad decision, got in a fight, bad fight. And yeah, I was like, so then I was awaiting sentencing, which was going to take ages. I couldn't plead not guilty because I did it.
Yeah.
And I regret it massively. And then
I don't remember you being much of a scrapper. Was that out of character?
Yeah, it was a bit like, oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but and then at that point, like when I had to go down to the police station there, and it was pretty rough. That like I went on a Sunday night, and I just remember like people tried to come and like help me, and sort like Goody came around to try and broker the situation, and I was just like, fuck man, I've let so many people down. I'm like gonna give up the booze and stuff, and I did. This was the first time.
Yeah.
and then I pretty much walked into that club team with you guys, and that was like the best. Like people were like, you had an awesome season. I was like, I had an awesome backline. I was just on the end of it. I remember you were chucking miss passes for our exits.
Guilty.
Yeah. What are we doing, Jimmy? Miss two. So I was like, just had a really good year, and then obviously made Tasman, but was still awaiting sentencing.
Oh, far out.
Yeah,
and this is all before 20s.
This is all before 20s.
Wow, you've done well.
And then made Tasman, but then got sentenced, and they're like, nah, you can't play. And Ringy's like, bugger. And then so I came down here to Christchurch for my one last weekend of freedom, and someone got injured, and they rang me up. Maybe it was like Jack Umanga?
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, for Tasman.
Yeah, he got
okay.
injured, and I was going to fly out of here and come play against Wellington.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, sweet, on the way to the airport, and I was like, wow, this is going to be nuts. Because Julian Savi and Jose Gia were the Wellington wingers. I was like, fuck, man, I'm up shit creek here. Like 80 kgs. But on the way to the airport, rings me up. He's like, you can't play. You're actually signed up in England. You're a player of England. So from me going over there, I was like, I was like, rats. So I think we end up going to a paint party or something here. I come back, got my bracelet put on the Monday, and then that was me. I couldn't like play, but I could come to training, remember, but I couldn't do any of the contact drills
because of your bracelet.
Yeah,
you couldn't.
I just had to roll my socks down over it. That's when we were like real village. We were training at Neil Park and stuff, and I was like, but from that, I must have got good reports or something. So I got my bracelet off, and the next week was 20's camp, so I just got it off in time.
Yeah.
And then went up there. And I remember telling them, Boydie.
Chris Boyd was the coach. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, so how come you haven't been playing and stuff? I was like, I've just been on like, he's like, oh, shit. He's like, I don't know if that'll help you or hinder you. And I was like, oh, that's me. And then
I can imagine him doing that too. He's a good man.
He is. He's awesome. He's such a good coach. All the coaches I've had are, to be fair, but so and then ended up having all the camps and made the 20's, and I was just like, man, this is crazy. Sort of like imposter syndrome, kind of like,
yeah, did you?
This is because I never played in the secondary schools or anything like that. I was just like, all these guys were like massive compared to me, and stuff. And there was, I'm going to say like 4 of us from the South Island.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'd never seen these guys before, and anyway, ended up making it. And
did you fit into the group, or was that quite hard?
Yeah. I remember like our first room was like the white boys. Like there was like me, Brody Retallick, and Bodie.
Oh yeah,
and like in a stretcher bed. So I was like walked in there. I'm on the stretcher bed. Both like tall ass, and then did fit into the group. There's cool people, man. Like ended up rooming with Sops, and like we're born on the same day. Like
are you and Lehman?
Yeah, our apart, and similar personalities, sort of, except like he was always running late, and I'd have to like drag him to trainings. If he's watching this, he'll know what I mean. And I'm still the best person born on the 3rd of February. But like, we had a cool group, Tej and all that. It was such a cool group.
Did you know those guys or any of those guys were going to be special from that time? Obviously, you look back at it now and you think, shit, everyone became an international basically, but did you know?
I think, I like Charlie was the one, I reckon, in that team that everyone was like, whoa. But then like Brody Retallick was like, he was kind of like, he was here, but then Hawke's Bay got Dom, Canterbury got Dom, and he went to Hawke's Bay, and like, I remember the semi-final, I don't know what it was, he made like 30-something tackles and no misses or something for a lock, and I think, I was like, what the...
He's going to be good.
He's going to be good, man. And then like Cody was getting runaways, like we had Luke White, like the list goes on.
Yeah.
Like, they were, I don't know if you knew, but like they were all incredible players. Like we even had like Weiss on the bench, like guys that missed out on the team, like Ben Lamb and that, they were like freaks. But,
yeah. So you started ahead of Waisaki and Ben Lamb.
Yeah, but now that's because they were just like, they just maybe hadn't quite figured out how to play rugby yet.
Yeah.
The smart side of it, I was like, I just need to touch the ball more than those guys, because if they touch it as much as me, I'm not getting in here. But like they were always gonna be awesome. Like they were just like cruisy dudes.
Yeah,
just learning the game still.
Yeah.
But man, it was a special team.
And you beat a pretty good England side too. It was like Owen Farrell, George Ford.
I was marking Christian Wade, and I think he tailed me up a few
Wade.
times.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, fuck. Looking back on it now. But yeah, they had a pretty stacked team too.
And then post the 20s, you're now hot property. Everyone on that side always is.
Yeah. I was signed with Tasman, went back, not like it is now, but I like flew back, played the club final. We lost to Marist.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was a shocker.
And then played, so that was on the Saturday, played Otago pre-season on the Sunday, and then straight into it. And I had like a blown up knee and like, I just,
And this is your NPC debut.
This is the NPC. And then we were straight into it the next week. We played Northland up there.
Yeah.
Come on for Willie Magoon.
Oh, yeah.
And then we stayed up there because it was that like compressed year before they were trying to squeeze it in before the World Cup. And remember, I think we stayed up there. We played North Harbour, and then we were just into it. And then I was like, oh man, this is hectic. And then we were playing like Wednesdays. We were playing midweekers like every second week.
Far out.
And remember, we'd go over to the cage and do heavy contact as well. It was great. So that was like really eye-opening.
Yeah. Were you loving it at this point? Were you loving?
Yeah.
Were you living the dream? Were you
Living
enjoying
the
it?
dream, staying at home, not paying rent. And also like playing with my like heroes. You know? Like I remember, like you guys were my heroes, so it's just awesome. We had a pretty good team of like good roosters. We didn't do very well, but we had a good time.
Were you still drinking at this point, or were you still on this sort
not
of...
Not really, yeah. I was sort of like, a bit skeptical of it.
Yeah.
And then I probably didn't get back into, like, obviously after that season, I made the wider training group down here and still, like, didn't really drink that much.
Yeah. So how old? You, what, 19?
19.
Crusaders wider squad.
Yeah. And it was like they were stacked back then. So I was just happy to be there.
You said you had imposter syndrome at 20's. You must have
time.
overloaded meeting the Crusader legends.
Yeah. Because it was that World Cup year, like the first little bit, none of the All Blacks were here. Then like I remember Ross Kennedy did like cribs.
Oh,
and they like stitched me up on it, and the day that they put up our one, like all the All Blacks were back, and I just remember them turning and be like, "You must be a little bit of a." I was like, oh, it's so embarrassing. But yeah, it was awesome. It was such a cool experience. Looking back on it now, to be able to do that,
So why was it only 1 year?
I went back for Tasman. And that's when I did my first syndesmosis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we played Buller and Murchison, and we were winning.
Pre-season?
Yeah, and we were winning I don't think we could get another game. Yeah. We were winning by like nearly 100. And some guy just fell on the back, boof, gone. Season.
Oh, far out.
Yeah, and then that's when I started drinking again, and that was like not good. I just didn't really know how to deal with it like back then. Like, you got all this money, like whatever. You probably had ambitions that year of kicking on, and I was probably harbouring a lot of disappointment around it, but I had no idea how to deal with it. Looking back now, so that's probably where it started, and I was bored, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I look back on it now, like, untidy, man. Like, I was in town like in a moon boot with crutches. Like, you can't be doing that. I remember like slipping in the walker with my two crutches and just face planting. Just thinking that was like okay behaviour. Like, what a clown. So that's when I sort of got back into it, drinking, and then recovered. That injury come right over the summer, and just the way that things went, I obviously didn't play, so I didn't have a gig back here, which I was like quite disappointed about because I did quite well the first year that I was here.
Yeah.
But obviously people like, I was naive at the time. People would have known about, your behaviour.
See you at the Waka.
See at the Waka, like, out of all places. Great place, the Waka. Rest in peace, Waka. But yeah, that's when I sort of started making probably not fantastic decisions around alcohol.
And did you get picked up by the Highlanders? Was that year, or it was later?
No, never ended up with the Highlanders. What happened? That's when I started going on those invitational trips.
Oh, okay.
And that was definitely up my alley at that time of my life. They were awesome.
With the Penguins and stuff.
The Penguins and like Iran's team, and Willis got me into this team that went to like Dubai and fast.
Just a weekend somewhere random in the world.
Like fast, love drinking, great, like could go at any time.
Yeah.
I was like hot property for those teams.
Were they paid gigs?
Only if you won.
Oh, really? Okay.
But otherwise they were just free trips.
Yeah.
And like far out, they were wicked. And a lot of them would like just go boom, boom, boom. So you could be away for like a couple of months just saucing up and playing like some subpar teams. But you'd meet like the best people.
Yeah.
Some of those teams, man, I met some that we just had the best times, but to be young again.
So what age are you through this sort of period? 20, 21, 22?
21, 22, 23.
And you're just playing for Tasman at this?
Just Tasman, and then I reckon I'd love it if you could get the records up. I reckon I'd be one of the most capped Crusader Knights players ever. I was down here like every weekend or like up to Auckland, and because we'd have to come down here, do one training, and then fly. And that would be like me and Davey. We'd drive down here every Thursday or whatever, fly away, play, and then drive home, and then a couple of beers when we got back.
What was your feedback? Why were you never actually getting the crack?
I probably didn't ask for feedback. That's probably why. And also, like, I was never one of those players that was like, why are you not picking? Like, the people in front of me were like Israel Dagg, Sean Maitland. Yeah. Like, they were better. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't ever looking at someone in front of me going, I'm better than him.
Yeah.
And it's probably also, that was probably my detriment too. Like, I always thought everyone was awesome players. It's probably what makes me a good coach now. I can see the good in everyone, eh? But I just wasn't. It didn't bother me enough. Yeah, which is probably exactly why I didn't.
Yeah. So what was the next pathway?
Then I kind of like sorted my shit out a little bit. Played some good rugby for Tasman, and got a gig with the Force.
That's right.
Yeah, so ended up over there, and that was wicked. But all my friends that probably like to enjoy a good time were living in Perth. So I got over there, and it was like no one knew who you were. No one knows anything about rugby. Yeah. All your best mates are there drinking all the time because they're FIFO. It was like recipe for disaster, really. And it was a disaster.
Was that? Whatever.
Well, that was just like, it was too easy to get away with.
Yeah.
Everything. And I was like going pretty well, but so Badge was like trying to make the Wallabies, and they gave him, and because he's the man, like, they gave him right up, like every chance, like, and Luke Morahan was the other winger. He was awesome. Like, they had good wingers, but I was sort of knocking on the door. So I was that 24th man for like the whole year.
Oh yeah.
So I think I played like maybe 5 games of rugby the whole year, and thought I was in really good nick.
Yeah.
And then the one chance they were like, oh, okay, we'll send you back, play some club rugby, we'll start you for the rest of the year. Did my ankle again in that game. And that's when I was just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm done with rugby. had some other experiences over there that were like off-field experiences where I was just like, man, this is not a path I would want to be going down.
Yeah, what was that?
Just the partying and the stuff that comes with that.
Did you get in trouble over there? No.
Nah, never got in trouble.
That was probably the problem, eh? You just got away with everything.
But was like, if I carry on doing this for another year, because I had another year on my contract, this ain't going to end up good.
Yeah.
So luckily I had enough sense.
Was it just drinking?
No.
Drugs?
Yeah.
And were they getting heavier as you got older, especially in Aussie?
Yeah. They sure were. And everything that comes with that is just not who I am. Yeah. Deep down, So I was just like, oh, nah, fuck this.
How heavy drugs are we talking?
Yeah, pretty heavy.
Oh,
yeah, pretty heavy. So, yeah, decided to come back to Tasman. Just thought that would be, like, if I got out of there, then that would change me, but didn't need it.
Were you addicted to
it? Yeah. I've had trouble with being addicted to different things, like from a young age, like particularly like I started young, like I was addicted to marijuana when I was like maybe 16. I would have been smoking every day.
Shit.
Yeah. And then obviously I've had, like, I'd have to quit for rugby, and then that would be full on experience, and then I'd like to say I'd never do it again, and then I'd start again, and then, but I was always lucky, like I had the ability to go, I'm not doing that, and then I'd stop.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it would always rope you back.
Yeah. Well, I think I was just like, I'd use it as like to deal with things, but needed to deal with myself really. So that's what sort of got me back to New Zealand, and then I kind of like shook a few things, was playing some pretty good rugby for Tasman, had a few like super sniffing around, but then just had I can't even remember what really happened, but I must have done something and pissed KK off, which, like you can do. And he just dropped me, and then I didn't deal with it in a professional way. Yeah. And then that was the end of that in terms of Super Rugby team sniffing around.
What'd you do? How'd you handle it?
I just partied. I was like, fuck, the old poor me shit. Yeah. And after that season, I was like sure that I was finished. I was done with rugby.
How old are you at this point?
25.
Oh, still young. Should be prime.
Yeah. 25. And I said, nah, I'm done with this. So I decided that in my head.
Yeah.
And man, in hindsight, and then I had a meeting with KK and Leon, and they're like, they just highlighted a few things that I probably didn't want to hear at the time, but really appreciate them and will forever for saying those things, because it's just like, oh, fuck, I need a bit of a wake-up call here.
What was that?
Just, like, your behaviour's shit, pretty much. You're not a good, and other, you're not a good teammate, and other, in polite terms.
Yeah. Well, it feels like you just needed like a mentor or someone just to like put their arm around you and just lead you a little bit more than...
I think I had heaps, bro, that I could have. Yeah. But I was just like on my own tour, and looking back now, if I could go and spend like as much time as I got to spend with some of the people that I was spending time with, man, I'd change it for the world. Like, But, I needed to help myself. So, and that's when I was like, nah, fuck rugby. I'll move down to Dunedin, play 1 year with Willis, and that'll be me. Then I'll come back and get a job or whatever.
Yeah, was Willis playing what club rugby?
Down in Torrey. He was playing down for Torrey. And so that summer, had a good summer. ended up like going out working on the muscle boats and stuff with some of the boys. And it was awesome, but then got into some more trouble. And then just one day it was like, fuck, enough's enough. So I just decided, okay, I'll move to Dunedin, get away from this place. Moved down there.
So the muscle you're working, that was in Nelson, the muscle stuff.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Working on the Muscat. Shout out to the Muscat. That was good times.
Did you actually enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I only went for like 2 trips or something. It's tough work, man.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, it's tough work.
Usually jobs like that make people appreciate their rugby. But
it was like fun, man.
Yeah.
It was my best mate's boat, one of my best mates at the time's boat, and we're just chaffing around, tying off floats and smoking durries. It was carnage, man. And then, and then I moved down to Dunedin, and life changed for the best.
What was the difference down there?
Well, first of all, drinking's a lot more common down there.
Yeah,
so,
I thought it would have been the worst place for you to move.
Yeah, you would think that, but at the time, like just drinking was a pretty good result for me. So yeah, I just sort of like the people down there, man. They're just awesome. Like, fell into a really good group of friends. Awesome rugby club, and then just sort of fell back in love with rugby. And then a few of the boys were playing for Otago, and then I somehow ended up, Corey roped me into giving it another crack and played for Otago. Just loved it. And then halfway through the season, I met my wife. So then I was stuck there. Yeah. So, and then
How'd you find it that time around? Like, you'd obviously given up, or?
Oh, it's so much better.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. I enjoyed it. Saw it for what it was.
Yeah.
And then finally realised what I had, like, been, I don't know, what am I trying to say? Finally realised, like, what I needed to do to be a professional, sort of.
Yeah.
It still took me a wee while down there, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
A couple of years of pissing up, but, like, yeah, it was awesome. And then maybe 2000, went there 2016. 2018, I probably decided to like really take it seriously, and then but by that time I'm too old, too late, and the body's too far.
How old are you at this point?
Oh, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when the hips start going, you know. Like, you get osteitis pubis, ruptured pec and shit. No matter how hard you try to be a professional, it's like the body's like, too late, brother.
You had your chance.
But that was, it was tough. And then, you know, like, you were OP, too?
Yeah.
So, like, that was when I had OP. Couple years down, awesome years down there, won the Shield, and then towards the end, OP. Groins just keep tearing, and I was like, one day, I was like, can't do this anymore.
Yeah. So when did you officially hang up the boots?
That was like 2020.
Oh, yeah.
And then had a year just playing for Tyree. And then actually end up going back in and helping them out. There were a few bad injuries, and I went back in and played and we had to win every game. And I was like, this is awesome. Like every week I was like, one more week, boys. But definitely that was wicked. Certainly didn't celebrate on the end of season dues like I used to. I was home by 12 and tucked up in bed.
Oh, and how was that transition? Obviously, you're kind of through it your whole time, but transitioning to normal life. Had you studied in the background? What were you sort of chipping away at?
I didn't study, and I didn't. So I went down to Dunedin, and the job they got me, I was a wool broker. So I'd go out and like pick up the wool and off farms. You're like, what?
You've done some weird jobs.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I go out and I love the job, but
you only did it 2 days ago.
No. This was like for a couple years. But the arse was falling out of the wool market, and I was like, probably no future here. And Michaela, my wife's father, is a builder, and I was down there, and he's like, "Can you give us a hand?" And then I started building.
Oh yeah.
This was in the off season from Otago. I was building a bit down in Balclutha for Crazy, and then was just like, oh yeah, this is probably, if I'm going to keep doing this, this would be a good skill to have. And I remember one day I was like digging holes. I was like, fuck man, I could never be a builder for a job. So then I think that just sort of like, maybe I should just see if I can do this. And so and now I'm a qualified builder now. So
good on you. How'd you find being on the building site?
Oh man, it's like the transition from rugby to any job is like so tough. Like I thought about this quite a lot, because obviously, lots of people and people close to me struggle with that. And I'm incredibly lucky that I had support, lots of good support around me. But that transition for people like is so tough. You go from like a job where you're going with like 35 people who all want to be there, who are all trying to get better every day, to like, eating healthy, like understand that they need to sleep.
Yeah.
They understand high performance. And then you go to a job where people are like waking up at 10 minutes before they need to be at work, necking a blue V and a pie, super hyperactive for the morning, and then the arse drops out of them in the afternoon, and you're like just sitting there going, far out. Oh, this is tough. And you got nothing else. You just got to stick at it, eh?
Yeah.
But fuck, man, it's like those two worlds are so different.
Yeah. And people often say building and rugby's like probably two of the more similar ones.
Yeah, but
that's interesting.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of boys and banter.
Yeah,
which is good, and beers if you're into that. But just the lessons that you learn in rugby, and like the stuff you're exposed to, even like all the PD sessions and stuff that you get, you just take it all for granted, man, when you're in there. Like, oh, this is boring, what attacks. But the shit you're learning, like, and how to cope under pressure is like so valuable, eh? Yeah. And those skills do transfer out, but I think you just expect that everyone has those skills and that it's normal to have them. Yeah. Like, you're like, why can't you just get up and go to the gym? Like, it's I don't know how do they do it better, but yeah,
it's always going to be a struggle. You mentioned the support that you had that was really helpful through that time. Who was that? Your wife?
My wife. Yeah, my wife. She's like amazing.
Yeah.
She definitely saved me from me.
Yeah.
And she just fills me with confidence.
Imagine if you met her earlier.
Yeah, that would have been real handy. She would have been a bit young though.
Oh, is she a lot younger than you?
Yeah, she is. So that could have been pretty dodgy. But yeah, and her family's awesome. They're really supportive, and Crazy's like a Otago legend, so he knows what it's like. And he keeps it pretty real.
Yeah. And you did your back building, did you? Like,
just done my back, and so it's just like my old fucked body. Probably not like so well matched to building, but hopefully it'll get sorted soon.
Is the rest of your body sweet from footy? Like
ruptured back. I never got sparked out.
Oh yeah,
but I had like you get that constant. Like, it's clearly not
sea stars.
Yeah, it's clearly not ideal.
Yeah.
But head was pretty good. Just I split my kidney.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was pretty hectic when I did that. and then both syndesmosises.
Yeah.
Like I think all my fingers and hands and stuff are broken. And yeah, hamstrings, real bad. OP,
Yeah.
like that guided injection that you get for OP was like one of the worst things ever. Shoulders, yeah, I've had a few, yeah.
But it's all good now. Like,
Yeah, it's all good.
You're looking fit and strong. Still training hard.
Yeah, I still train as hard as I can. The back slows me down a bit, but I'm really into my like sauna and ice bath and wellness and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I kind of have to do that for my mental health and for my body.
So talk me through your mental health journey. Like, when did that sort of start, and how have you got through?
Yeah, it's hard to know when it started. I remember, I can't imagine smoking marijuana when you were young was helpful.
Every day, yeah. I'm sure it's not.
I suppose it probably stems from when my father passed away, and then I remember, like, I would always, I think I was maybe 13 when I started talking to like professionals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my mum, like, awesome, getting me into that. I had some good support when I was young.
Yeah. Were you consciously thinking about your dad, or was it more subconscious?
Subconscious, probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had any idea.
Yeah.
But people around me could obviously see that I struggled.
Yeah.
I was just probably angry, I guess, but like, you know, probably didn't come across to everyone else in the real world.
Yeah.
So I remember, when I was at school, I had a counsellor who I'd go and talk to, a fella called John. He was awesome, but he was like at the drug and alcohol clinic.
Oh yeah.
So I started young, so I was aware of it pretty early in life.
How are you getting it?
How was it? How was I?
The marijuana at 13.
Oh,
Just
easy.
Easy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easy, yeah. Yeah. Don't know who we were getting it from. Can't remember. Can't snitch on them.
I don't need an answer.
Yeah. Until like the point where we just got it ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And people were getting it from us. But like that wouldn't have helped. And then obviously just probably, I don't know what it was, like the harder stuff, definitely, you know, like hallucinogenics, and they take too many of those and you're tinkering on on troubled times. And then probably like the career, like being in public and constantly being scrutinized, probably might enhance anxiety, I assume.
Yeah. So was anxiety your main thing?
I have anxiety attacks, and like,
what does that look like?
Like it's sort of like if I have a real bad one, it's usually when I haven't been, like, I haven't had one for maybe 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty on top of it all, but like it's kind of like a little bit like what, not the same at all, but it's like, it's just that psychosis sort of stuff. Like for me, like you feel like you're in the Truman Show.
Oh yeah.
Like stuff's happening that's not happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm just lucky that I have coping mechanisms and can snap myself out of it, but it can take a long time.
Yeah.
Well, it did, you know. Like
What are
take a day,
What are those coping mechanisms?
go home,
Oh yeah.
close myself in a room, and just like good support systems.
So the first time it happens, what are you thinking? Just
Fuck, like what the fuck's going on here? Like,
are you aware you're in one? No.
Nah, not the first time. The first time was like really like I truly believe what was happening was real.
And what do you think was happening?
Just thought everyone was like filming me.
Oh, yeah.
And like things that were happening were like people were out to get me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that I've touch wood, haven't had many because I know how to stay away from them. I just went sort of retraced my steps. How did I get into that position? Like, right, sweet, I'm not doing this, and this again.
Yeah.
Knocked out things. knocked out things in my life that I was like, oh, fuck, I never want to end up back there again, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, okay. What are those things? Obviously, there's a few people out there probably having them.
Alcohol,
Yeah.
sleep, like bad sleep, just getting a bad routine,
Yeah.
not exercising. I only ever had one or two when I was sober.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
majority of them would be brought on by alcohol.
Yeah.
New environments, always got to be make sure that I'm like in a good headspace to enter a new environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I don't know. Kind of just researched
Yeah.
like, what is this? What is this? Like, I do not want to be back here again.
Yeah.
First one I had was bad. Like, it took me a couple of weeks to realise what it was. Like, after the fact, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that was just like, I thought it was a bad trip at the time.
Yeah. Because you'd been taking.
Yeah. But it was just like, when I started getting them sober, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't
Yeah.
a bad trip.
Far out.
But yeah, I'm lucky now that I live a clean and healthy life.
Yeah, so at the moment, no alcohol.
Nah, no
Ice
alcohol.
baths,
Yeah.
sauna, what, every day or?
Yeah,
much
well,
as
if I
you
got
can.
time,
Yeah.
coaching. But yeah, I always say to myself, like, when I'm ready to go back to rugby, like in terms of coaching, I always knew the decision that I was gonna make surrounding it. You know, like if I'm coaching, I'm not drinking.
Yeah,
Unless,
yeah.
of course, like end of season do, I'll celebrate with the boys. Those are the best days of your life. I'll
Yeah.
have a couple of beers. Or if we won the Ramfleet Shield, which I didn't think was going to be a possibility this year, but Southlands maybe brought that on. Like I give myself like a special occasion,
Yeah,
enjoy a beer, but just in terms of habits, like break the habit.
Yeah, nice. And your diet? How conscious are you of your diet?
Yeah, I'm not not too super anal, but
Yeah.
some people would maybe
Depends who
argue.
you talk to.
Maybe it depends who you talk to. I just like I'll eat whatever I want, but I also like wake up in the morning. I'll have like lemon, ginger, turmeric,
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
anti-inflammatory stuff. Try and keep my
Exactly what my wife has every
Yeah.
morning at the moment.
yeah. So I have that, and I'll try like focus on like free range foods and
Yeah.
sourdough and like all like natural stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's not anything that I don't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll have a burger or whatever.
Yeah.
Macca's if I want to have Macca's.
Yeah.
But I just can really acutely aware of my mood after I have bad food.
Yeah. And you're obviously fully off the drugs now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how I had time for all this.
Well, especially soon as you're about to be a father, which
Yeah.
is obviously pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, super exciting. Can't wait. So yeah, definitely don't have any room for any of that nonsense. But I also feel like it's like I've just recently actually like flipped my thinking around it. Like
Yeah.
I always looked down on myself for it, and that it was like always going to like be detrimental to my career if I wanted to be a coach. Or
Yeah.
anything. But just recently, and like obviously some of the stuff that's been going on lately is pretty triggering.
Yeah.
And I was just in the shower and I was just like flipped it completely. It's like, fuck, I've done all that stuff. I'm still alive. Like, it's actually my superpower that I have got through all that stuff and that I can relate to people if they're going through that.
100%.
It's actually an advantage for me that no one else, well, who knows? I'm assuming no one else will have, you know, going further on into a career which I'd like to be coaching or life or being a father. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it's powerful that I've been there, survived that, and I can, you know, take those memories or lessons
Yeah.
forward into my life.
Mate, it was so cool having you on here, being able to share all those too, because there's guys out there who will still be doing or being tempted to do similar things. There'll be guys in young academies who might be in a gang or something, which all these temptations are the same for them. So it's like the way that you come on here and share your story can only inspire guys like that. So I'm grateful to get you on. But I do want to talk about your coaching and how you did get into that, because what was the initial step?
I always loved it, like the mental side of the game. Like I said at the start, I knew I had to be all over the game to start.
Yeah.
Same thing at Tasman, J-Lo, Bryson, amazing athletes. Like, I wasn't going to compare to them standing on the wing, so I knew like I had to learn the game.
Yeah.
I have fantastic coaching. Like, I've been coached, like when I think about it, I've been coached by some awesome coaches.
Yeah.
And I think I just always loved that part of the game, like the tactics. Why did we lose? Why did we win? You know, and then the year I ruptured my pec, I was lucky enough. We had Ben Herring was our head coach, and Lee, who's doing it again now, was the D coach.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And so I jumped in with Lee and helped him out. Just helped him out with previewing and like sort of, you know, doing a bit of the D, and just loved it. And then sort of at my club, like I was playing but sort of helping coach kind of thing. When I finished rugby, I thought I'd go instantly into it. Actually had a bit of a convo with Lee on the source about he was going to stop because he wanted, you know, something else. And yeah, he'll probably listen to this, but I respect his opinion quite highly. So it just made me think, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll just get something under my belt, so I'm not in that same position that I was in rugby, you know, where I had nothing when I decided I didn't want to play. So I did the building, and then always knew that I would jump back in when I felt ready and comfortable in myself. And then this year I ended up jumping in with a fellow called Palu and Scotty Manson doing Otago Boys, and thought that would be easy. And oh my God, I was so wrong. Like, coaching men compared to coaching 17, 16, 15-year-old kids is like so easy. They're just, oh my God, man, like there's such a laugh. But I just loved it. I loved every minute of it. They're awesome kids. If you're watching this, I had a great time. And then Bammers approached me and said, would you like to help out with Otago? Which I jumped at.
Yeah.
Obviously with the back, I was listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of coaching podcasts, and just really like trying to get as much information about it as I could. Yeah. In a short amount of time. And yeah, man, I've just been loving it. I just think it's the best thing. Like 30 boys, everyone trying to just achieve something that they're not sure if they can or not, and trying to like convince them, like, you know what it's like. You watch so much footage on the laptop, and you're like, man, you guys don't know how good you could be, and they're just looking at you, go, yeah, I've heard it all before, but it's so you get on the other side, you're like, actually, like, you guys are fucking awesome. Yeah, well, only you could believe in yourself, like we do. Yeah, but that's how I got into it. And I'm just loving it. It's so early, so much to learn, and so many mistakes still to make.
Yeah, ambitions, or you're just sort of taking it as you go?
I'm definitely ambitious. I am quite competitive. I don't come across that way all the time. Like, I'm not super serious, but yeah, I'm definitely ambitious. Got some people, some role models who they've made it. So, you know, like a lot of people that I grew up playing club rugby with, you know, like awesome coaches. Yeah. You know, so why not? You know,
how do we lose that semi, mate?
Mate, how do we lose all those finals?
All that fight. Yeah.
We lost like 2 or 3, remember? But then you buggered off.
Oh man, how good! Well, we have gone to the questions, and we've had so many good ones coming for you, mate. First question, get him to tell you about the time he lived in the hut.
Oh, yeah. So that was the summer.
Yeah.
So if one of the boys, Marco Edwards, you know where Waka Tennis Club is? On the way out to the Glen.
Oh, yeah.
So up the back of that hill, his family had a hut. So when we were like going to the muscle boats and stuff, we had this hut up there, no power, no nothing, just a loft. There was like me, Marco, Jimmy Baker, and we'd stayed there all of summer pretty much, and we just like had a couple of motorbikes and we'd ride them along those mountain biking tracks down into the Mai Tai and then walk into town and ride them back.
Did you have beds in there?
Yeah, beds up the top, but like you had to leave your shoes up the top because if you left them down the bottom, then work boot the rat would eat your shoes. You had like holes in your shoes, but it was crazy times up there. Like just this massive hammock, walk around like guns shooting off. It was carnage.
What
man.
age are you there?
23.
Oh yeah, 23.
Yeah, this is just before I moved to Dunedin. Fuck, what a place! Shout out.
Oh, classic. The heart. Okay. How did you find playing North Otago Club Rugby with Parker and Faddis?
Awesome. Last year, at Faddis's wedding, I actually was like talking shit to one of the career boys. I was like, "Yeah, boys, if you ever get short a player, I'll come up and play." And the bloke that I was talking to, Lockie, he's like a flanker. And he got named on the wing. And I was like, "Oh, boys, you look up Shit Creek." And they're like, "Come up and play." I was like, "Oh, Michaela's best friend, Georgie, and Renee live up there. And they're married to Hayden and Faddis." So I went up there, ended up playing one game. And then I went back the next week. Quasi got injured and Faddis went overseas and I ended up still playing for them. But it was wicked. Most physical club rugby I've ever played in North Otago. There's a lot of freezing workers up there. But it was a hell of a way to sign off my rugby career.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, the Red Devils.
Can he reminisce on an Otago end of year do down at Catlin's with Slimbo?
Oh. yeah.
Collins.
Yeah, we actually choked in the final, and it was my first end of season do with Otago. We went on a pub crawl. Yeah, and we got back to Waihola, and by that stage, I was toast, and yeah, there's a bit more to that story. That's probably not for public knowledge, but.
You didn't want to let them down on the first bender.
Nah, but then I think I let them down.
How much is James Lash paying all these Facebook pages to keep featuring himself?
He probably actually goes on and says, "Have you seen that photo of me?" No, I don't know. Maybe it's just because he comments on so many posts. People are like, "Who's this James Lash?" And then they go research him. He's very opinionated on Facebook. Have you seen? Oh, he honestly, he'll be running for mayor.
Mayor of Bulla.
Mayor of Bulla or Mayor of Nelson. Waimea District now. He's a wobber, I think.
Oh, okay. How many espresso martinis has he consumed at Vault 21?
Maybe somewhere between 50 and 100.
Per night.
Not per night. No way. No. Great establishment, Vault 21. Shout out.
Oh, it's good stuff. Okay. How come you didn't crack it?
Unprofessionalism. I reckon, if I could put my finger on it. Yeah, unprofessionalism. Not making the most of my opportunities when they were there to be taken, I think. That would be it. And like there's people out there that behave just like I did, but I think when you do that, you're leaving yourself open to luck. And just didn't go my way, and I didn't give myself the best chance to let it go my way. So yeah.
Do you have regrets?
Yeah, like in my definitely in some my life choices.
Yeah.
I would like the people that say they don't have any regrets clearly haven't done anything bad enough to regret. I'm like, you must have lived a pretty sheltered life. But yeah, I like it's that age old story. I'd love to go back, and if I could choose this way or that way, see what would have happened if I went that way.
Yeah.
But I don't regret who I am now.
Yeah. I regret where you've ended up.
Yeah. It would have been interesting to know. Just be like, oh, yeah, that could have been good.
Ask him where the name No Neck Nev comes from.
Oh, one booze up, I was like sitting in a chair. It wasn't good. I don't know if I can do it here, but like if I'm sitting and I'm real toast, I'm like this. And someone snapped a photo of me, and so they call me No Neck Nev if I'm too boozed on the couch. It's dog.
That's a good one. Did he visit Bodie's flat with Jason Eaton?
No. Oh, not that I can remember.
Okay, how long did it take him to get home from Rhythm and Alps bus stop in Wanaka 2017?
Oh, who's it, mate? That was ridiculous. We got lost in Wanaka, me and Aki, and like we were walking around in circles for I think it was like 3 hours. And like now that I know Wanaka, I would have never got lost. But like there's a school right in the middle, and we just like thought we were on the right path. Oh, it's around here, come around the corner, and it's a fucking school again. And it happened so many times, and it was so cold, man. Central Otago.
What were you on that night?
Nah, just pissed that night. I think. Nah, I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, how was the drink after the Mako final 2013?
I reckon who's asked that Nobrow?
It was actually Harry Black, 21.
Oh,
Don't know who he is.
that was one of the best parties I reckon ever.
Oh, lifetime.
Yeah, well, Nobrow's family had Nobrow's house is like across the road. They had a hot rod convention on at their house. I think the Rock 1000 was on the Friday of the final. So the boys were low flying. Like that's when the hammerheads were around. Like they shut down on the Friday night. They shut down the part of the street like outside. What's it called? Melba's.
Yeah.
Like that was you could go out on the street, and then we were in the Walker until Monday, I think.
Oh,
and then Joey and Dad were meant to go on Mary's, and they I think maybe Joey left, and then failed a medical and came back, and we were still at the pub like, yeah, and we were on the roof. So Johnny Cameron was playing live. It was the best, man. And then me, Fonny, and Melnick jumped on a plane on the Tuesday and went to Malaysia 2 weeks. Blow me down.
Oh, okay, two more. Best player you ever played with? God, you've played with some of the greats too.
Bodie. They're so hard to choose. I would say that because I was at 20's. I remember doing like being his partner.
Yeah.
And like the kicking and stuff. I don't reckon I moved. I just stood there catching it. I said, "This is fuck. My kicks are going."
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
No worries. You know
that feeling.
Nice dudes, yeah. Bodie, fuck, Brody,
Yeah.
Sam, big list.
Yeah.
It's hard to choose, man. Like they're all so good. I don't know. Shane, like to an extent, like some of the things that man did, like fuck, he's inspirational. Yeah. There's too many. I don't know. Beast is a hard one, eh? Yeah. Who would yours be?
You.
Jimmy. Jimmy, definitely.
Okay, last question. Best piece of advice for a Woodhead listener.
That quote, life has to be lived and forward, but only makes sense going backwards.
Oh, wow.
That's what
I've actually never heard that quite.
Yeah, that's what I have in my it's, one for me. Like, you know, you got to live. Don't be scared to live, but
Yeah.
you know, don't hang yourself up on it either.
Yeah.
Just keep moving forward.
Well, shit, you've certainly lived, mate, and
Survived.
and survived. And man, like I remember your story, but I never quite knew it like that. Like that's and some of those memories I didn't remember. Like I remember you having your ankle bracelet on now, but it wasn't something that popped into my head when I thought of your career. But all these things have sort of popped back to me, and shit, you've had a journey, and it's been awesome to hear the real honesty and vulnerability of a lot of the stuff that you've been up to, and what's probably cost you a very successful rugby career. Because man, you were talented, and I know you said that you always felt everyone else was really good, but far out, you had it all. And yeah, but it's cool to see you happy in your space and coaching well, and get a lot of good feedback on how you're coaching from the boys. So
I appreciate that, Jim.
stoked to have you on, man. And
Yeah.
what a journey, what a lad.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, bro. It's been awesome.
Well, there you have it. Thanks to Betcha for bringing you this episode. If you enjoyed it, please let me know what you thought of it in the comments.